Good morning and welcome to Collective at Home. We are so excited you joined us today. You could have been anywhere else. You could have been at brunch. You could have been in bed, but you chose to be here and we couldn't be more thrilled. Especially if this is your first time at something for Collective. An extra welcome to you. Thank you for being here. We are so excited you decided to join us. I hope you got some breakfast. I hope you settled in. It's going to be a great day, and we are so pumped to have all of you here. Here at Collective Church, we are imperfect people and a perfect God changing the world together. That's it. That's what we're about. And we do that 3 different ways: through real connection with God, real relationship with others to make real impact in this world. Today, we're here to connect with others and to connect with Jesus. So get ready to receive from Pastor Drew.
Thank you so much for joining us for Collective at Home. I love this picture of people all around the city in homes, in these pockets of light, eating breakfast together, hanging out, doing community. And we do this because we refuse to get stuck in the mundane, in the repetition. And I think that there's something that happens in Collective at Home that looks even more like church was supposed to look. Then come, sit, serve, listen, and then leave. All right, we can get stuck in that, and this stops us from getting stuck in religion, in the mundane, in the repetition. And so thank you guys for taking this risk. What I want to do is I want to encourage you guys, this is just like a Sunday. Would you engage with the message? Would you give a holla back, hey, ya, whatever you want to do? This is a great opportunity for engagement. We're going to start it right now. I want anybody in here, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you typically are a breakfast person. All right, we're eating breakfast here. Raise your hand if you are a breakfast person. Then high five the person next to you if they are one too. And then next, I want to see, raise your hand if your bed is made right now. I'm not putting my hand up because it's not, and my father-in-law would be very disappointed. Now next, it is fall. Raise your hand if you're a fall person. You love it. You love the pumpkin spice, all of it. You're a fan. Go ahead and throw your hand up. I love this season as well. One of my favorite things to do is to rake leaves together, take the kids, jump into the big pile. We got to do this actually last week. And we did something crazy, take it to the next level of borderline stupid. But what we do is we got this huge pile of leaves from Nana and Papa's yard, and we climb up the tree right next to it and jumped into this massive pile. Now, I tested it out first, but the kids were like, oh my goodness, let's try it. And our 2 oldest said they wanted to try it out. And when they got up to the top, they got scared. And I asked Elijah, my oldest, I said, do you not think it's going to be safe? Do you think it's going to hurt you? He said, no, I know it's a huge pile. I'm going to be fine. I got to jump now. And he was so nervous, and both of them ended up jumping. They made it. It was incredible. Stinking champions. I love it. And but this is a picture of where I think God is talking to Collective right now. Now, one thing about the world around us and at Collective is I don't think we have a shortage of belief. We believe. We believe in Jesus. We believe that He is the Christ. We believe that He has called us to be a part of this thing. But I do think when He says He wants us to be faithful, that's the word for this season, to be faithful. In order to be faithful, you got to be full of faith, right? And I do believe He's challenging us to have more faith. Now, here's the difference. What we see faith actually defined in Hebrews 11:1. Hebrews 11:1. If you want to open up your Bibles to Hebrews 11:1, and then James chapter 2, it's literally just a couple pages later. Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Now here's the difference between faith and belief. On the ground, my kids are going, I believe that's safe. I'm confident that that's safe. Even in the tree going, I believe I will be okay. But jumping is where faith comes in. It's like walking out onto, if you've ever seen the pictures or the videos of the glass bridges, or this room where you can walk out on the edge of a skyscraper and it's a glass floor and you can see down to the sidewalk thousands of feet underneath. It's like, crazy. I'm freaking out. Faith is taking the step. I know the glass is going to hold me. I know the leaves are safe. I know I'll be fine, but I got to put action to what I believe. I got to put some action to it. James 2, right after, James 2, verse 14 says this, "What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone says they have faith, but they don't have any works or action to go with it? Can that faith save them? If a brother or sister is poorly clothed and lacking in daily food, and one of you says, 'Go in peace, be warm and be filled,' without giving them anything that they actually need for their body, what good is that? So also faith by itself, if it doesn't have works, is dead." Faith is belief in action. And this separation, I think, is where we usually get stuck. Most Christians get lost in the separation of what I believe and whether I'm ever going to live like it. The reality is, and that's why we're talking today about live like he meant it. Live like Jesus actually meant it. What if we lived like he actually meant it when he says, if you abide in me, spend time with me, you will have a fruitful, fulfilling life. But if you don't, you can do nothing without me. What if we actually believed that he said, you losing your life and giving it to me is the only way to find it and save it? If you try to hold tightly onto your own life and do things your own way, that's the way to certainly lose it. What if we actually believed when Jesus said, "Come to me, give everything to me. Don't go halfway with me. Give it all," as opposed to giving some and holding on tightly to the things that we really want to keep ourselves? What if we believed that God really meant it? That he will bless everything we have if we give him the first 10%. What if he really meant it, that he wants us to go and be a witness, make disciples, and build his church? What if he means that we really are a vital part of the church, not just purpose to stand and to attend and to be a number, but to actively engage and be part of what he's doing in the world? What if we believe that anyone who comes to him will be saved? Anyone. That it's better to invest in eternity than retirement. That life with Jesus is better than a life without him. That in him there's healing and there's salvation. That his words are the true foundation and everything else is sinking sand. We believe it. Most people say, yes, I believe that. But how many people are practicing it? It'd be like saying, I got this amazing cup right here. Man, look at this cup. It's so cool. It's my favorite cup because no matter what happens, it does not spill. It doesn't spill. No way. Show me. It doesn't. Just trust me. I could flip it sideways, upside down, all that stuff, but it doesn't spill. It's my favorite cup. It's so cool. Show me. You know, I mean, there's like, I'm not going to. The reality is that Christians are living like this. We're living, and people will go, yes, this is what I believe. And people are going, then show me. I believe that love is the greatest thing but Christians are known for being judgmental and even racist. I believe that anybody who comes to Jesus can be saved. Yet we get in conversations, get nervous about even bringing our faith up. I believe that he's got hope and purpose and a plan and great things for everybody. Yet I get stuck In the highest capacity of a life with Jesus that I live in is attending church, not saying naughty words, and everything else is basically the same. If that's where we are, then our belief isn't the problem. Our faith is where we find our issue. Getting caught between what we believe and whether we're ever going to live like it. And what happens if you do? You see, the reality is this whole book is filled. It's filled with stories of legendary people. In fact, Hebrews 1 that we started, go ahead and read through that whole chapter. Hebrews 11:1. And it talks about all these people that have this insane faith. Why? Because Jesus said it. God said it, so I will do it. Done. If he said it, I've got to act on it. God says to Abraham, I want you to go pick up your family and start my nation. So what does he do? He, his wife, his maidservant, pick up their property and go, and they pitch a tent on someone else's land, and they call themselves the God's great nation of the creator of the entire universe. It's a little crazy, right? But if God says it, I'm going to do it. What about David? King David, who God says, I'm going to defeat the Philistines. So he goes, all right, I'm going to go out. I'm the scrawny little shepherd boy. I got a rope and a rock. And this guy is this giant warrior, champion that has more blood on his hands than I have seen. And I'm going to go. And what does David do? He's standing there. He is smack talking him before he kills him. Why? Because God said it. So I'm going to do it. What about the Apostle Paul, who before he became the Apostle Paul was Saul, the persecutor, who did everything in his power to stop the message about Jesus from living another day, and gets transformed by Jesus, who says, you're going to be my messenger to the Gentiles. And he ends up being the one, instead of stopping the message, that he brings that message to the ends of the earth, and eventually instead of killing that message, he dies for it. That, what happens when we actually believe it, when we actually put action to the belief that we have, when we operate in faith and works, it's insane. The world will be changed. People will stop going, man, Christians are judgmental and evil and terrible, and church is purposeless and pointless, and all these things. They'll go, man, I see love. I see that even if I don't agree with you, I see that you believe that if I don't have Jesus in my heart, then I'm going to go to hell. And I see you believe it, and that matters. That matters to something. As opposed to being muted, what if we actually believed that fully giving our entire life to Jesus was worth it? What if we went all in on what Jesus said? What if we lived like he meant it? So I want to have us discuss this stuff, and what are some of the things that are hardest, that you go, man, I see the biggest separation between what I believe and what I live. And let's give some genuine thought to it. Let's have some conversation, and we will see you guys. We'll come back together in just a little bit after discussing so we can close out. But I want to encourage you guys, be open, be real, and let's live like Jesus meant it.
I hope you guys have had an awesome time today being together. If you want to join us again, be together again to seek Jesus, Tuesday night, November 1st, we're going to be together at God's Garage, 6:30 p.m. for our prayer service. This is such an incredible time to come together again and to seek Jesus. It's a time of prayer and worship, and it's seriously incredible. I wouldn't want you to miss it. I want to highlight really quick Michelle Trueblood. She's our servant leader highlight this week. Michelle is incredible. If you don't know her, you're missing out. Michelle gives so sacrificially. Even when her life is crazy, she's working crazy hours, she shows up time and time again, and she serves in our kids ministry and loves those kiddos so well. She holds the babies. I know countless parents have told me that their kids extra special day is when Michelle is in the classroom and teaching. They know that they're going to be taken care of. They know they're going to be loved on well because Michelle is just that person. She loves so well, she loves so deep, and she lives so generously with her life. Thank you, Michelle. You're incredible. Being on a team at Collective is so incredible. It's a great opportunity to have community and to really just find some people and serve the kingdom of God. What's better than that? If you're interested in joining a team, we have the perfect opportunity for you. November 13th, we have our Discover class. Discover class is all about discovering Collective, discovering community, and discovering your calling. If that sounds like something you're interested in, scan the QR code. We'd love to get you there. It's right after service on November 13th. We have childcare provided. There's free food. Who wouldn't want to be there? I heard a story recently that if every single person who professed themselves to be a Christian were to give of their tithes and offerings like the Bible commands us to, then there'd be no more poverty in the world. That is such a crazy thought. Now, I don't know if that's actually true, but I believe it. I can absolutely see that being real. At Collective, we are helping meet that need through several different ways. We give to missionaries, we give to ministries that are like Convoy of Hope, that is on the ground serving countries like Ukraine and helping the hurricane victims in Florida. If you want to be a part of meeting those needs around us and helping end poverty in the world, helping reach those who are lost, you can give right here, scan the QR code. Also, your host today has an envelope for you to give you of your tithes today. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you had an incredible time wherever you are. Let's get ready to have a great discussion together and end in prayer.